Welcome, everyone, to the Development Review Commission regular meeting. Tonight is June 25th, 2024. Pull out my preamble here. The Development Review Commission is created to hold public meetings and hearings to provide analysis and recommendations of the City Council regarding general land use policies and applications where the Commission has recommendatory power, and to render final decisions on specified applications where the Commission has final decision-making power, including but not limited to all aspects of a proposed and future development. The Development Review Commission recognizes that the creation of a desirable environment throughout the city for residents, businesses, and industry is a prime requisite for the interdependence of land values, aesthetics, and good site planning by promoting harmonious, safe, attractive, and compatible development that is therefore considered to be in the best interest of public health, safety, and general welfare. Any person aggrieved by a final decision of the Development Review Commission may file an appeal to the City Council within 14 calendar days after the Development Review Commission has rendered its decision. Development Review Commission recommendations to the City Council are not final decisions. Tonight with us on the Commission, on my left, we have Commissioner Joe Forte, Commissioner Spears, Linda Spears, Commissioner Robert Miller, and to my right, Commissioner Charles Redmond, Commissioner Don Casano, and Commissioner Rhiannon Corbett. With us tonight from staff, we have Jeff Tamilevich, Ryan Levake, Michelle Dalkey, Lily Drosos, Whitney Mayfield, Joanna Berry, and Jason Wolf. Anyone here that wishes to speak on an item, please get one of these cards. Please fill out one of these cards and return it up to Joanna Berry at the front here if you are here to speak on an item. During our study session, we reviewed the agenda for tonight and determined a consent agenda that we wish to put forward and vote on as one item. Those items will not be heard. They will be passed on consent. If anyone is here tonight to speak on one of those items, wishes to speak on one of those items, if you hear me present that case as consent agenda, please get my attention and I can pull that from our consent agenda if you were here tonight to speak on one of those items. So on our consent agenda tonight, we have item number 3, high maintenance smoke shop. Was anyone here to speak on that tonight? Okay, item number 4, Rivian Service Center. Item number 5, lift and wrench. Item number 7, Arizona Golf Works. And item number 8, Vail Student Housing. Okay, seeing no one got my attention, so that will be our consent agenda tonight. We will vote on that as one item, and that will be passed. The last item that we will be hearing tonight is item number 6, which is Dimes Cabaret. But to start off, we will need to have a motion for the meeting minutes. We have 2 different sets, so if I can get a motion for the first set from May 14th, 2024, study session and regular meeting minutes.
Mr. Chairman.
Commissioner Casano.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion for approval of the May 14th study session and regular meeting of the Commission.
And is there a second?
Second.
Okay, that has been moved by Commissioner Casano and seconded by Commissioner Spears. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and that one passes unanimously. Item number 2, study session minutes from May 28th, 2024, and regular meeting minutes. Commissioner Casano.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion for approval of the study session and the regular meeting of May 28th.
Okay, that has been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, that one has been moved by Commissioner Casano and seconded by Commissioner Spears. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and that one also passes unanimously. All right, and next is our consent agenda. Can I get a motion for our consent agenda? Commissioner Redmond.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as described
Okay, that has been moved. Is there a second? Second. Seconded by Commissioner Miller, moved by Commissioner Redmond. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, that passes unanimously. All right, thank you all that came for one of those items that was on our consent agenda. Next up is item number 6, Dimes Cabaret. Would the applicant please approach and provide us your name and city of residence?
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. I'm David Pallinger, a member of the Dimes Cabaret team, and want to thank you very much for having us on the agenda this evening after the continuance from last month's hearing that allowed us to address the issues that were put forward in that memo. We've responded to those questions and submitted them to staff, and I believe they've been distributed to the Commission. I'm happy to answer any questions regarding the letter or any of our responses, and our general manager here, Ben Back, can also answer any questions regarding those specific issues. We do want to make a note to thank staff, and particularly Lily, who's been great with working with our team on processing this over the last 6 months. It's been quite a process, but we're there and we're before you this evening, and we really appreciate all of the staff's hard work on this. Mr. Back, you can take over and answer any questions that the Commission may have.
My name is Benjamin Bach. I live in Phoenix. For the extension of use permit, we will have the exact same business plan that we have stated previously that we'd submitted. It will just be a later time frame that we're looking for a spot for people to be able to hang out later at night. We'd like to cater more towards the staff of the people that work in bars and restaurants that are open late so they can come down. We will offer pool tables, cornhole, the amusement game, as well as we have a giant Jenga, and just give people a place to be able to relax and unwind after work.
Thank you, Ben. We also have a couple of our team members here that would like to speak if the Commission wishes in support of the application. But
So they're welcome to comment during the public comment period.
All right.
If they wish to do so. If they did want to do that, they can fill out one of these and
Very good.
bring it up to Joanna.
Right. Thanks, Joanna.
And you're okay with all the conditions of approval for your case?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, we've worked through those very carefully with staff.
Okay. You ready for any questions from us now?
We're
Yes?
ready.
Okay. Were there any questions from or comments from the Commission? No? Okay. So what we'll do now is have staff come up and present the case, and then we'll have a public comment period, and then we can call you back up to address any comments.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Thank you
Chairman.
for your time.
All right. So, Ms. Drossos, if you'd like to present the case tonight.
Good evening, Chair and members of the Commission. I'll state my name for the record, Lily Drosos, Planner 2 with the City of Tempe. The applicant for Dimes Cabaret is requesting a use permit to allow the expansion of an existing entertainment use for extended hours of operation between 2 a.m. and 6 a.m. The site is located in the General Industrial District in Rio Salado Overlay District. The lot is located to the north of the Red Mountain 202 freeway, south of Curry Road, on the east side of McClintock Drive. Dimes Cabaret is an existing business, and the use permit is an expansion of the existing use. The building was constructed in 1978, and a use permit to allow nightclub with live entertainment was granted to Club Macarena, formerly Boston's nightclub, in 2002. In 2006, the use permit for a Series 6 bar was transferred to Elite Cabaret, to Go Entertainment LLC in 2022, and again to Dimes Cabaret in January of this year. On February 7th, 2024, Co-Compliance inspected the property, and the business received a violation for operating past 2 a.m. For site and signage modifications. The applicant has submitted building permits to address the site modifications and this use permit application for the expansion of the existing entertainment use. The applicant has also filed an application for an after-hours establishment license, which has been signed off by Community Development, Fire Department, Police Department, and Building Safety, and that request is scheduled to be heard by the City Council this Thursday, the 27th. The activities proposed with the subject use permit for extended hours include pool tables, cornhole, food, and non-alcoholic beverages, and regular dancing of fully clothed dancers after 1:30 a.m. Context photos. A neighborhood meeting was not required for this request. Staff received one general call inquiry, 18 in support and 1 in opposition. And then staff's recommendation is to approve subject to conditions. These unique conditions of approval do not modify the previous use permits for live entertainment, the bar for Series 6 liquor license, and nightclub. All conditions will remain in effect. And then all site modifications that have not received city approval must receive permits and pass inspections prior to the extended hours use becoming effective. And then the other is to address lighting that needs to be brought up to compliance. And I'm happy to answer any questions.
Questions from the commission? Okay, thank you for your presentation. All right, now we'll begin the public comment period. So if you are here again tonight to speak on this case, please fill out one of these forms and get it up to Ms. Berry. I have 2 in my hand, and I see a couple more that may be coming. So I'll call your name if you can approach, and you'll be given 3 minutes to speak. State your name and city of residence. First up, we have Darlene Justice. And on deck, we have Kim Gaffney Loza.
Hi.
Good evening.
Hi. My name is Darlene Justice, and I've lived in North Tempe since 1968. And, 1965. I have some concerns with this. Our 2050 plan that we just passed had been upgraded, so that this area and all the area actually south of McKillips along Hayden Road can be mixed use with dwelling 65 dwelling, it's the higher level of dwelling. So I have concern because we could end up at some point, hopefully have more development in there with housing. Another concern was that there was a previous violation, they have said that, where they were open after 2 o'clock. I've lived in this area a long time. I've also seen things that go on at Dream Palace. Dream Palace stays open. It's in the county island, but it's surrounded by North Tempe, and they stay open until 8 a.m. in the morning. Dream Palace participants, it is no alcohol after 2, but they just go out in the parking lot and they drink in the parking lot, and then they go back in the establishment. This is what is done. It's been done forever. I've actually seen it at 3:30 in the morning when there was some real sketchy problem, some other problem, and I drove down that way, and I've seen it, and that goes on. So the concern, and I know that the police have recommended for this, but I would ask 2 things be included in the agreement, in the license. One is they've said that no one over 21 will be there after 2 o'clock, but I would like that actual requirement, part of the license, because they're not serving alcohol. And once that happens over in Guadalupe with a strip club, and 18-year-olds are allowed to go in. So we want to make sure no one under 21 is going to be going in. The other question that I have, and the request is, one of the things in their proposal, they said that this allows people to sober up before they get behind a wheel. Okay, I think you saw that. So what I'm asking, if that's one of the goals and they want the right type of entertainment in that, is that when someone comes in after 2 o'clock or they stay past 2 o'clock, that if they leave and go to their vehicle, they stay out. They don't come back in. We've even had troubles at a teen center that we had along Curry, where we were told that young people wouldn't be allowed to go back and forth, but they did, and that center got closed down. But please, if they want to have people have a nice time and get sober, they shouldn't be going out to their cars and getting alcohol. Those two things, please. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next up is Kim Gaffney Loza, and I don't have any more comment cards after this.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Kim Gaffney Loza. I'm also a resident of North Tempe. I do have some concerns. This may be a very well-run establishment, and the concerns may come to nothing, but we are sandwiched between Dream Palace, Skin, and Bones, all of which have had a lot of calls for service. And we're a little concerned about being right in the center of that. I also don't quite understand what the business plan is after 2 o'clock. You know, before 2 o'clock, they can sell liquor, which they're getting an income from. I'm not sure if there's going to be a house charge to go in after 2 o'clock. And that's the way that they're going to get income. That's a little sketchy to me about that. I did notice that one of the shipping containers that border the patio had a lot of air conditioners, but from the site that I just saw, it looked like they were all restrooms. I think cabanas were mentioned on their website, so I'm not sure where those cabanas are. I didn't quite get a good idea of that from the building site. So if we could answer some of those questions, that would be very helpful. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I did receive, I think, 2 more. And Connor, I'm having trouble reading the last name on here, but if Connor would like to come up and speak, then you can tell us your name and city of residence, please. It's probably
Hello.
just my eyes, it's not your handwriting.
No. My name's Connor McGilvra. I live in Chandler, Arizona. I am a bartender at Dimes Cabaret, and I really enjoy the experience working there. It helps me pay my bills, and hopefully, with us being open later, I can actually fully get more hours in working, because I am there part-time now, but hopefully in the future be more full-time, and this would really help. And I enjoy working there. It's a good time. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for him? Okay. Next up is Anna O'Daniel. Please approach and state your name and city of residence. Oh, I'm sorry, you do not wish to speak?
I'll speak.
Okay.
I'm up here.
Okay.
That's fine.
I apologize for that.
It's okay. I've been working in this industry for like 6 years, and, oh wait, I have to state my name and my place of residency.
please.
Anna O'Daniel, very nice to meet you guys. I live in Scottsdale, Arizona, just a few minutes away from Dimes. But I love the area, and I think it'll really add an aspect to the area of entertainment. There's really not much to do, you know, on the south side of Scottsdale, so I like that that's there. And I've been working in this industry for a really long time, and it's an incredible environment to work in. It's really, they've built a special place, I think, with the staff, and I would love to spend more time with my people and be able to make more money, so I hope you guys can really take all of the things into consideration and give us a little bit more operating hours. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anyone else here from the public wishing to speak tonight? Get my attention, please. Okay. Oh, we have one more? Okay, if you can come up and speak, state your name and city of residence, and then after that, please fill out a card, one of these cards, and give that to Joanna.
Sure. I apologize. You guys are moving through quick. My name is Steve Tully. I'm an attorney. Actually, I represent Todd Borowski, and I filed online comments. Hopefully, you all received those.
We did?
And so, I mean, basically, I'm here just to, I guess, discuss those comments. I've got a few of the documents that I referenced in that. I couldn't upload those and I don't know if you'll accept those or not, but I mean, essentially, it's kind of an odd situation here, and I don't know if you've talked to council or not, but the initial approval of this was illegal. I mean, it was the settlement agreement. Never seen anything quite like it, where the city attorney and a private party are admitting that they're signing an agreement which violates state law and likely violates city ordinance, but they're going to do it anyway because they say, well, that the state law might be unconstitutional. It's really an amazing thing to see. And it's, but I mean, the state law prohibits this use at this location. City ordinance prohibits this use at this location. And you know, and now they're seeking to expand this use, this illegal use at this location, in clear violation of the law, of the city ordinance and state law. It's within 130 feet of two public recreational areas. It's not denied. It's not denied. It's never been denied by the city or any of the other parties. So, you know, I guess that's basically the issue. It's not a legal use. Currently, it's not for what it's doing now. Certainly expanding, it's not legal, and we suggest that you deny the request.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I would like to invite the applicant up to respond to any comments that they've heard this evening.
Thank you again for your time. To address some of the concerns, at all times, we will be 21 plus. We have not hired or will not hire an employee under 21. Any of our independent contractors are 21 plus only. And a lot of places that do after hours go to 18 plus at 2:30, and we will not do that. It will be 21 plus at all times. Also, we take safety very seriously. We have a no reentry policy to cover the concerns of people going back and forth. If you leave our property, you're done for the evening. We let them know on the way in. It's posted. Also, as somebody's leaving, we're like, hey, if you guys leave, you can't come back. Our floor staff security, we have 2 veterans on our team. One of our ownership was a 22-year Marine career veteran. We take this stuff seriously because we want to keep our staff and our customers and our dancers safe at all times. So we also have cameras that patrol. We have 56 cameras, 360-degree coverage through the entire property. At our front door, where the gentleman that greets customers that comes in and cards them has a camera where he can see all of the surrounding outside surveillance cameras. We do not let people hang out in our parking lot. We have all the proper signage up as far as trespassing and no hanging out in the parking lot, and we patrol it on a regular basis, hourly, if not half hourly, depending on how busy we are, to make sure that people aren't just hanging out in the parking lot and causing trouble. We do have cabanas in the back. They're for VIP bottle service. We have 2 that are available now, and we have some other ones which the permit has been submitted to get the use of them and the occupancy for them. So down the road, we would use that as VIP bottle cabana areas. As far as letting people in after hours to sober up, by city code, we are still not allowed to let people who are obviously intoxicated or under drugs into the establishment, even after hours when we're not serving. At no time will we let anybody in who's obviously intoxicated. We will do everything in our power to get them a safe ride home if they drove themselves. Thankfully, nowadays, more people are using Uber and Lyft, so that's not the problem it was years ago. As far as excessive calls of service at other establishments, we don't want that at all. We identify and deal with problems before they get to that point. We have had to call Tempe Police twice so far. Both times it was a customer who had too much to drink. We tried to get him into a Lyft or an Uber. They disagreed. They argued about it, wanted to get in their car. We told them, we will call this in for your safety, our safety, and everybody else on the street safety if you continue to do this. Both times the officers responded. We're very, very thankful for us that we went that far to help prevent something from happening. We are all about being partners and building an excellent relationship with the city of Tempe. We want to give back. We want to set the bar and be the example of being an efficient, empathetic business owner that helps give back to the community. We're more than willing to do neighborhood cleanups, get rid of graffiti, fundraisers, food drives for food shelters. We want to give back. We want to build a partnership and a long-term bond with you guys to show that we can set the bar for how every other business should be part of the family of Tempe.
Great.
And with that, we'll answer any questions you might have and respectfully ask your support of staff's recommendation for approval of the permit.
Questions? Okay. We thank you for the rebuttal. I think there was a question related to state law, and I know during study session we discussed that briefly. I don't know if staff wanted to address that again, comment on that.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Good evening. Ryan Levesque, Deputy Director in the Community Development Planning Division. There's questions about the request for the use permit. So what we're here before tonight is use permit for live entertainment expansion. We're not here to discuss the merits or expansion of the adult-oriented business. We're not here to discuss the use permit for the bar. Those are limited hours of operations that require to cease at 2 a.m. Yes, it's true, back in 2006, 2007, there was dispute and heavily advertised discussions about a potential adult-oriented business moving into that site, measurements and separation requirements. The applicant was ready to split the lot to satisfy the separation requirement distances of the property in half. After that hearing, which was postponed, city had discussed the matter with the business owners and made a settlement. That settlement agreement was agreed with the city and the adjacent party. I understand there was some court rulings regarding requests to make that agreement private, but my understanding was that was the denial that was requested was to make that settlement agreement private, but it was still required to be disclosed. But nevertheless, the settlement agreement was made. The use was allowed there to conduct operations in a manner through the settlement agreement. And that settlement was with Idaho Business Holdings. Now that agreement is now terminated or completed. The prior business owners have sold their interests to these future owners, and the proper use permit transfers have been made to the new business through those entitlements. And we're here before you just because of those requests to extend the hours of operations for the live entertainment purposes from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. And I understand too as well, I think the state had actually gone through some revisions for adult-oriented business separation requirements that were adopted more similar to the city's local requirements. And so actually the state had caught up to what more stringent City of Tempe separation requirements were. And so now we've got two provisions which are now in line with the state. So at that time, the site didn't require compliance with the state separation requirements, which were lesser at the time.
Okay. Thank you for that explanation. Were there any questions, Mr. Levesque? Okay. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
With that, we're going to go ahead and close the public comment period. Next is commission discussion, or I'd entertain a motion as well. Commissioner Miller?
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion that we approve the application as presented with the conditions specified therein.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Miller for approval. Other discussion or comments? Or a second? Commissioner Redmond?
I second the motion.
Okay, seconded by Commissioner Redmond. All those in favor, please raise your hand. Okay, and that passes unanimously. All right, and last we have commissioner announcements or speeches.
No speeches. And really not really an announcement. It's just really a thank you for allowing me to serve, the city allowing me to serve for 6 years on this commission. I really appreciate all the work the staff has done because most people on the outside don't realize the details that they have to put together to make what looks simple for us. It's a very difficult process. So I really want to thank all of them for their help in getting me and all of the other members of this commission through these meetings very easily and successfully. Then secondly, I would like to thank my fellow commission members, former and present. I've enjoyed working with all of you. I will miss that part of the job because it's the people that make the difference. And, you get to know people real well after you work with them side by side for a long time. So, and then lastly, I would just like to thank the city of Tempe for allowing me to continue to serve. My first appearance in here as a council member was 40 years ago in July of 1984. So I'm leaving in 2024 July.
Wow.
So it's been an honor to serve the city and be able to add my input where it's needed. Thank you again, and I wish all of you well in the future.
Well, thank you for your service. We all will miss you. The building will miss you, I'm sure. Hopefully, we'll see your face still coming by, but really enjoyed getting the chance to work with you. So, thank you. Other announcements, Mr. Forte?
I'm going to second that with Don. He was actually one of the first commissioners that was willing to meet with me when I got on the commission, so really appreciate that. The individuals at Dimes were talking about wanting to get involved with community cleanups. Luckily, I know someone who does that myself, so I'd love to connect after here. I'd love that, and also I'm working with the Kiwanis Club of Tempe for the 4th of July celebration at Tempe Town Lake, and we're looking for volunteers. So if anyone knows anyone that's interested in volunteering, please come see someone from the Kiwanis Club of Tempe.
What's the date of that?
That's the 4th of July. Yes. Thank you.
Great. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else? No? Okay. Last item on the agenda is city staff announcements. Mr. Dalkey.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and Commissioners. Just to remind you that we just have one meeting next month. It's on July 23rd. So we will see you then. Enjoy your 4th of July holiday.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. With that, this meeting is adjourned. Thanks, everybody.